Hey, Cox Wireless is here with the phones, plans, and nationwide calling that is unbelievably fair, including money-back minutes where you get up to $20 back for the minutes you don't use. Stop into one of the 8 convenient Cox Solutions stores and sign up for Cox Wireless today. Back at Morrison Stadium, downtown Omaha, overtime for the Class A Girls State Final. We're tied at 1, Miller North and Lincoln Southeast, and here's how we got here. Brennan, the sophomore for Miller North, just check out the control, falling down, able to just flip it up with her left foot, or off foot, to make it 1-0. Didn't take long for Southeast though. The header by Wampler, getting it done to tie it up. Here's another look at it. Nobody even saw her. And then at the end of regulation, well, let's check the overtime rules first. Here's how it works. There are 2 10-minute overtime periods. If there's a goal scored, that doesn't mean we're done. There's no golden goal. Coin toss chooses defending goal or kickoff, and there will be a penalty shootout if the tie remains at the end of the 2 overtime periods. So here is what happened at the end with the Miller North goalkeeper, Kylan Moyer. She went down right near the end of regulation, took a shot to the leg. And so she is being tended to on the bench. She is not in the game. But now she's getting off the bench as if she is going to come back out. And she's talking with the coach right now saying, hey, let me back in. There's the new goalkeeper. Well, she'll sub back in, but right now, a new keeper in goal for Miller North. So we had overtime in the Class B game as well. Oh, that does it. We do have the substitution coming back in. Kylan Moore, good to see that she's okay. Checks back into the game. We have something from JJ.
I'll tell you what, 10 minutes ago it didn't look good for Kylan Moyer. She was laying on the bench over here being worked on by the Miller North trainers. Her left knee, she was crying, and you got the feeling she wasn't going back in. But then, just as quickly as she was on her back, she got up, substituted in, and she's back in the game. Quick recovery for Kylan Moore.
Had a pretty good time for Miller North. Overtime for the state championship game? Yeah, you probably want your starting goalkeeper in the contest. Especially against this potent Southeast team that scored 9 goals here at the state tournament in 2 games. Riley Burns on the kick for Southeast. Wampler's kick sails out of bounds, right to JJ. See that right leg by JJ? Great job. And it goes right back to JJ again.
That's a quality first touch by JJ down there.
Yeah, check him out.
Let me see. It's good form with the outside of the right foot. Oh, and then the pass with the right after using the cleats with the left.
Here's Brennan on the attack. Oh! She beats Springer for her 2nd goal of the night.
You're not going to see many goals scored from that angle. Only spot you can go is the near post. Typically, that's where the keeper's going to be standing. Keeper was there, just a bit too much pace on that ball to stop.
We're messing around with JJ. Meanwhile, Miller North has other ideas.
Nice little layoff. Through the legs even.
Just to be able to turn that corner. Just to even get in that position, and then to be able to finish once you're in that position.
Assist to JJ, I guess.
I think officially it'll be Wolf.
got in the behind the defender well. Didn't really have an option for a teammate to cut it back across the box to. Said,
and they'll credit the assist to Alyssa Flannery, not Wolfel. Flannery gets the assist on the overtime goal to make it 2-1. Let's send it back down to JJ.
True to form, John Walsh told his team during the intermission before the start of the overtime period, just keep putting balls on the net and we'll score. We just got to get a few more chances and we're going to put one in. Just keep at it. That's exactly what happened. Meanwhile, on the other side, Dwayne Johnson was telling his Lincoln Southeast defense to step up a little bit. The freshman goalkeeper had the game of her life, telling them, imploring them to step up. She didn't have a chance on that one.
Okay, JJ, yeah. There are easier things to do than stop number 23 from scoring when she's one-on-one with you. Wolfel has checked back into the game now for Millard North. The clock ticks at 6:40 and counting. There's Springer. She's acquitted herself quite well tonight. Freshman goalkeeper, big stage. Nebraska recruits coming at her. Not easy. First time in school history or in the finals.
and looking at what Millard North's running, Mark, they're gonna leave Flannery, who's one of their center mids. She's gonna hold deeper. She's not gonna become a back, but she's not gonna get into the attack. Looks like one of the adjustments they'll make with the lead here.
See what Southeast does to counter as it's
Brennan's open on the top of the box, Mark.
closed on nicely.
She does accelerate pretty well.
It's just one of those things that as a defender, you don't feel like you have to attack or rush that quickly, and then you realize she's already there and you blew it.
Yeah. So is this the change you were talking about earlier in the day, Mark? If they get down a goal.
They get down a goal, they're going to bring...
No, Stricker started in the back.
Yeah.
Allen did start in the mid. What they will do was push Westenberg up.
Right.
Okay, they've yet to do that. They might be saving that for the final 10 minutes.
Well, we only have 4:50 left. Well, in the second overtime, yeah, you're right. Don't mind me, I'm bad at math. Marky Pick sighted there. She's played a physical brand of soccer tonight. Looking for Nielsen off the free kick. Anna Jurgens sends towards the middle, looking for Nielsen. They're looking for her. She's being crowded by Mustangs.
Komicher's down in the center circle for Southeast. Maybe cramping.
Komicher's had a hand. And
Wilbig's down.
let's check in again with JJ.
And the Millard North midfielders are really crashing back, Mark and Coach. At times now here at the top of the box, it's 6 defenders against 3 forwards.
Yeah, tough sledding for Southeast right now. Brennan hits the turf. I see more bodies falling just because of leg exhaustion at this point. Not even necessarily big contact, but it's just you don't have much left.
This is going to cause some problems, Mark.
Here's a chance. Turned away.
If she could just get control of it, she could either ripped it or she had Wampler.
Yeah, Mackenzie Thaler But Otter closed out her nicely.
It's hard to get control of a bouncing ball. 1, at full speed. 2, got a defender pulling on your shoulders. And you saw a little picture of Wampler there. If she could have got the outside of her left foot on there, could have knocked it over to Wampler. But they do get a corner out of it. They've already scored 1 goal off a set piece.
There's Riley Burns. She's shown a strong, accurate leg all night, tipped in the air.
There's a situation you want the starting keeper in the game.
Tries to center it.
Keeper wasn't sure if she could pick that up. She certainly could have.
Huge collision.
That's going to be a card.
Jalen Oderman's going to be flagged for that. Yellow card that knocks a Knight to the turf.
That's Komacher, I believe. Probably flying elbow to the head.
She's taken a couple of spills tonight. Somebody get her a football helmet. That's the second time she's been cracked on the noggin tonight. Ooh. Did she get a head and an elbow?
I think so. Doesn't look like anything flagrant or done purposefully. Got a set piece set up here. Mark, they've got Lexi Taylor here on the near sideline, wide open, plenty of space in front of her. Will they play it short? No.
Burns will send it right on. Oh, off the bounce. There was a chance. But Moyer's able to hang on.
I think that might have spun outside the near post. Yes. Would not have gone in if Moyer did not get to it.
Mustangs. Sent right into Springer. Thaler. As we hit the 1 minute mark in the first overtime.
1 minute remaining in the first overtime period. Now on for Miller North. Number 20, Shannon Courtney. In for Lincoln Southeast is number 9, Cindy Taylor.
Cindy Taylor has come back into the game for Lincoln Southeast as you look at Hannah Juergens checking out. There was an offsides call at the end of regulation, but Taylor was right on the doorstep for a goal. And there not been an offsides call. Kept inbounds by Westenberg.
Yeah, like JJ said, Millard North definitely committing less people to the attack. They're going to let 1 or 2 run up against Southeast and concentrate more on keeping Southeast players in front of them when Southeast has the ball. Good strategy with the goal. Goal lead and 10 minutes left to play.
And so that'll do it for overtime period number 1. We have 10 more minutes to play to see if Southeast can tie it up. If they do, we have a shootout on our hands in downtown Omaha. A 2-1 lead for the Mustangs. Looking for state title number 6 on Cox. And this game, along with every single game of the week on Cox, you can catch on demand in the Omaha Metro category of Free Zone. With On Demand Channel 1, you got to have Cox Advanced TV. If you don't, call that number, 575-5400, like all these ladies did, and sign up for Cox Advanced TV to watch the game of the week on demand, free. So in the overtime period, Rachel Brennan, sophomore Nebraska recruit, notched her second goal. How did it happen?
So all started with throw-in. Flick off the defender. Center mid to another center mid. Got lucky with the through ball through the legs of the Southeast player to Brennan. Brennan, not a great angle to score from, but realized she didn't have anybody to cut it back to.
She's got such good control at full speed, too, doesn't she? I mean,
Certainly.
that's when people get tangled up and trip and fall or don't kick it that well. And
Can't go at full speed with the ball at their feet.
right.
Very talented player. Good future in front of her. And I like that she got her head up and went near post there. Difference near post, far post is distance. If I go near post from that spot, I'm shooting from 6 yards. If I go far post from that spot, it's about a 10-yard shot. Much easier for the goalkeeper to react to it. Just blasted it near post, nothing the Southeast keeper could do.
So we flip sides of the field for the second overtime. Southeast, you can expect, is going to go for broke here in the last OT period. They got to take some risks.
At some point, they've got to do something different to create more opportunities in front of the goal.
And how about Jocelyn Springer, too? The freshman she's played awfully well tonight. She's just let a couple of terrific goals get by. I mean,
Certainly.
those certainly weren't gimmies that you would expect anyone to stop, much less a freshman. Let's check in with JJ downstairs.
Listening to both coaches before the final 10 minutes, Dwayne Johnson told his team, I think at about the 3-4 minute mark, to commit some more players up front. As the Lincoln Southeast coach said, we got nothing to lose. And then John Walsh on this end said, control the ball, take it to the flags, do not pass the ball or take it to the keeper. Take it on the wings, take it to the flags, run some clock. Back upstairs.
Okay. So that's the strategy. Nice job, JJ. Well positioned down there to hear what both coaches are talking about. So look at the 3 to 4 minute mark for Southeast to really try to apply the pressure and look for Millard North. Just to kind of move it from side to side, not worrying about an attack. Hold on to this 2-1 lead, bring home state title number 6.
Yeah, they're just going to put it on Brennan and Wobig's shoulders, whoever else they put up top, to say, you two, you go play, we're going to hang back here.
Yeah. Kind of brisk conditions. The temperatures dropped precipitously. You know, we're probably looking at upper 40s right now. We started probably mid-60s. There's Kometcher. Over to Thaler. Now Sydney Taylor, back to Thaler. Back to Taylor. Knocked out by the Mustangs. First ever trip for Lincoln Southeast to this stage. They've been to the soccer tournament 14 times, but never to the finals.
Brennan just knocking it up to Wobig and not going to go join her. It's 1 versus 4.
Wampler is awfully close. Now Nielsen trying to keep control of it. Back out to Sydney Taylor.
Brennan's dropping herself back a little bit more into the midfield here too, Mark. More like a 4-5-1 out of Millard North.
Mustangs will buy some valuable time with that send upfield. Lexi Taylor keeps the balance.
Wobig may be cramping over there on the far sideline.
You ever calculate how many miles you run in a typical soccer game?
I haven't personally, but I've been told world-class center mid will travel upwards 5-6 miles in a game.
Jeez.
I don't travel 5-6 miles in a week myself,
No.
let alone 90 minutes. Eesh.
While trying to kick a ball, mind you. Kometcher. There's going to be a free kick. Dead on from the goal.
This is a spot they can probably put something on the goal. That's a good call by the ref. Late challenge, all foot.
Jordan Moran throwing up the hands.
Burns is going to take the kick, it looks like. Outside starting defender. Only a two-person wall. Well, 3 people on the wall for North. That's probably correct. Need to put the taller people on this side of the wall. Let's see if she goes over that side.
She doesn't! Just over the top of the crossbar.
Substitutions for Miller North, number 6, Sarah Wolford. Also number 10,
Just a little bit too much lift on there. Didn't sink as much as she needed it to once it cleared the wall. They're going to need to create a couple more of those opportunities, Mark.
Thaler up to Taylor. Taylor centers it back. There's Nielsen.
Still dangerous.
Kometcher. Thaler on the attack. Miller North dodging a brief bullet there as we come up on the 5-minute mark. Great head by Wampler. Taylor attacks. Sent back.
Good flick. Taylor just saw it a little bit too late. Great play from Wampler.
Nielsen. It's Pick. Redirects it for Miller North. Pick again. Will buy some more precious time for the Mustangs.
Oh, somebody's being stretched at the top of the box for Miller North while the ball's in play.
Going Westenberg for Southeast is still hanging back.
I'm not a doctor, but it looks like a cramp.
Let's check in again with JJ. Well, we'll check in with JJ a little bit later on. I believe that's Marky Pick that's down right now. Yeah, she's definitely cramping. Oh. That is the most painful yet non-threatening injury you ever get. I mean, it feels like your world is going to end any second.
That's no joke. They're no fun. And then they just go away.
Right. Now, Pick had redirected a couple of balls. The one 2 balls ago is where she grabbed her leg, and then she had to do it again, and that's when she just dropped like a fly.
It's like all the Mustangs got some sort of matching tattoos there on their left forearms.
You're going to have to check IDs, JJ, when we get a chance. I'm not sure they're of age. All right, I think we got JJ back now. JJ, tattoos on the arms of the Mustangs. Going to have you check that out.
Okay. You know, as you guys alluded to, 3 games in 6 days, overtime, ever since late in the second half, you've seen girls on both squads cramping up. And right there, Marquette Pick really cramped up big time. You know, this might help Millard North's defense. They can catch their breath a little bit. And this might help Lincoln Southeast, the Nice, ready to make that final push.
4:35 remains. They've yet to bring Westenberg up. Westenberg is a talented offensive player that's playing defense for the betterment of the team. Got him to the state championship game with that alignment, but when they get down and when they have nothing to lose, they will bring her up, and that just adds some more offensive punch for Southeast.
I think what they might do is just insert her up top. 3 backs, 3 mids, 4 forwards, knock the ball long. Haven't done it yet. It's at about the time the coach wanted to make the switch happen. We'll see what they do.
That'll buy another 20-some seconds for Miller North. The big nucleus of these Southeast players have been playing with each other since they were 5, 6 years old. Heavy junior class for Southeast.
No, they're gonna Going to have a lot of people returning next year.
2 seniors on the roster.
Same with North.
Yep.
Wouldn't be surprised to see these 2 teams here again this time next year. The final game.
As JJ mentioned, playing it to the flags. Buying time. We're at the 2:50 mark now.
Well, that's Brennan, who's dropped back into the midfield. They've given up on going forward. That's fine. 3 minutes left to the state title. Get numbers behind the ball. Just keep knocking it to space. Don't need anybody to even try to chase it down.
Come on, Sarah!
Possession very important for Lincoln Southeast. They can ill afford to
Probably just knock it out of bounds here again.
Out for throw-ins, Dennis! Throw-ins!
All right, Mark, there's the change I thought they might make. 3 backs, 3 mids. They have pushed Westenberg up top. They got 4 forwards up there. Millard North
Come on, Kate!
hasn't really adjusted to it quite yet. If Southeast can get the ball up top, it's 4v4 from midfield.
easier said than done right now, though.
Having trouble getting a hold of the ball.
Goes right to Brennan.
She's just going to get it and knock it every time.
Southeast has brought Lauren Stricker back in on defense in exchange for Aaron Wojcicki. Under a minute and a half to go. Millard North just doing a great job of eating clock here late. Now Kometcher gets it to Wampler. Wampler's dangerous. And Southeast will have a chance here.
At the 1 minute mark.
Back it's Taylor. Up to Thaler.
There's Nielsen.
H. Nielsen.
Looking for Wampler there. Had her, just couldn't split the outside back and the center back.
Southeast had an opportunity in the last 10 seconds of regulation. They have 20 seconds left now. This will be it. And with 10 seconds left, things are looking favorable for Millard North. They're tied for second now, or tied for third. Now they're tied for second all time in Class A. Their 6th state championship, a 2-1 overtime victory. Millard North, 2-1 winners over Lincoln Southeast in a well-played game here at Morrison Stadium. Dejection for the Knights, celebration for the Mustangs. We'll celebrate with them when we come back. It's the NSAA State Championship Finals right here on Cox. Two to one. Your final as Millard North wins their 6th state title, their first since 2008, knocking off Lincoln Southeast right here on Cox. Let's check in now with JJ Davis. JJ.
I'm here with the winning head coach, John Walsh. What did you tell me the score was going to be before the game?
I said it was going to be 2-1. I had no idea who was going to win the match, but when they tied it up, it became an epic battle. I talked to Dwayne after the match. His girls played fantastic. My team played fantastic. Both teams, awesome effort.
2 words, Rachel Brennan.
She's only a sophomore. As of about 3 minutes ago, she's now a junior. We got 2 more years of her, and she came up big. You saw all my players come up big.
You've been here before. Winning never gets old. 6th state championship. Put this one into words.
This is fantastic. I am so happy for the girls, and I'm so happy for their families, and I'm so happy to be part of the proud tradition of Millard North girls soccer.
Congratulations, John.
Thank you, JJ. I appreciate it, buddy.
All right, let's get Rachel Brennan. Rachel! Rachel!
JJ working it.
Of course, she's a wanted woman right now because she scored 2 goals to win the state championship. All in a day's work?
Unbelievable. Oh my gosh, I can't even describe it.
Coach told me before the game that you're a natural-born goal scorer. You showed that, especially on the second one, just happened to be hanging around. Tough angle.
Yeah, I don't know. It was just everyone made the right moves and everyone was in the right spot. We all came together.
Now, you're only a sophomore. You're a youngin'. What's this feel like? What's it mean?
I can't believe it. I mean, I'm so lucky. So lucky.
And Millard North is lucky to have you. Congratulations, Rachel.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
It's Rachel Brennan. Sometimes you got to yell to get your point across. Millard North yelled to the tune of 2-1. Back upstairs.
Okay, JJ, nice job. Great job throughout the tournament as Millard North knocks off Southeast. Some great sportsmanship being shown now as Hannah Wampler from Southeast comes over to give the state champs their due credit. Wampler could be back in this position next year. You never know. Junior, one of several juniors that comprised this Southeast team. A lot of underclassmen. Same with Millard North, too. But first time these two teams face each other, and Millard North gets the W and the state championship. We'll step aside. We'll wrap it up from Morrison Stadium. Right after this, the Mustangs are state champs in downtown Omaha. Your final tonight, 2-1, is Millard North under a full moon in downtown Omaha. Gets the W at Morrison Stadium, gets the state championship. Here's your final statistics. Shots on goal, Millard North with an edge there. Southeast, a few more saves. And a lot more fouls committed by Millard North. Probably the more physical team tonight. I don't think there's any question about that. As the Mustangs now get handed their gold medals for winning the state championship from their head coach, John Walsh. Welcome back, Mark Kranak, Mike Brewer, J.J. Davis on the sidelines. And Mike, let's talk future here. First talk about Lincoln Southeast. The runners-up don't get a whole lot of chance to see some of the Lincoln area players on the club circuit. And I know you coach there. You've been active with girls soccer in the area here. Your impressions of Lincoln Southeast, kind of the new kids on the block really this year.
Yeah, certainly. You had 2 Lincoln teams in one semifinal, so one was guaranteed to make it. I did not get out to see them this year. I have seen some of those kids back when they were 10 or 12 when I used to live in Lincoln.
Right.
Good to see them again, all grown up. But they've had a great year this year. Great win in the semis. Took the top team in the state to overtime.
Yep.
Didn't give up a lot of goals. Had some of their chances, and just about 90% of this team's going to be back next year. So they'll remember this feeling. They've never been to this spot. Kind of like we told the Gretna girls, next season starts tomorrow. So if they want to put in the effort and feel what it feels like to be on the other end of it, they'll put in the work and they'll be back here next year.
Boy, do they got some pieces, too. A lot of those college recruits that are going to be back. You know, only a couple of seniors, freshman in goal that now has that season under her belt. Congratulations to Lincoln Southeast on a fantastic season so far or this year in 2011. But Millard North, your state champs. You know, and I don't know if there was a heavy favorite coming into the Class A field? I don't think so. I think Millard North put himself right in that mix. In a very wide open field.
Any of the teams in the tournament this year could have won it. They were knocking off each other at the top of it. Some teams that weren't here tonight, Marion, Burke, I believe Westside, Millard West, all kind of had wins over each other. So anybody that makes this field in the Class A tournament has a chance to win the tournament.
Yep, and Millard North, kind of like what you said for Southeast, bodes well for their future as well.
Certainly, they don't lose a lot of their firepower either. Rachel Brennan, you know, one of several standouts on that squad, will be back for 2 years, as Coach Walsh said, and she's going to have a lot of the supporting cast around her. Yes, she put in the goals, but yes, somebody had to get those balls to her, and those people will be returning as well.
But Jenna Summers and Shannon Courtney, the two seniors, along with Jenny Thompson on this roster for Miller North, those three John Walsh will lose to graduation. They certainly contributed quite a bit to this state tournament team for the Miller North Mustangs as they move into sole possession of second place in Nebraska Class A soccer history with 6 state championships behind Marion's 10. Congratulations to the Mustangs. So that'll do it for our coverage here at Morrison Stadium. Hope you enjoyed it. A reminder, you can catch all of these games on demand. The Class A boys and the Class A girls Omaha Metro category of Free Zone. They will be up and available through the month of July. So for JJ Davis, for Mike Brewer, for the entire Cox crew, Mark Kranak saying so long from downtown Omaha under a full moon. We'll talk to you again next time.